the old Jan who's asking for my health or how I feel, and being a pioneer. That's what this video is basically about, being somebody, like artists, like musicians and Künstler, Dichter und Denker, rhymers, Vorreiter, so people who like pioneers, I know I'm a pioneer with all the practices that I do, because you literally start to use more parts of your brain. And science is something I definitely have to get more into. But like the Wim Hof method, I would give myself to the science to be like, okay, test the shit that I say. How about that? Test urine therapy, test sun gazing, test Kundalini rising, Kalaripaya 2, but then certainly you figure out that life has so many different layers and outlooks, so it's like, but I would definitely say that sun gazing and urine therapy activate more parts of your brain, and you literally start to function differently. That's what I claim. And you're just operating on a different level, that's why I'm a pioneer, because certainly I have to do physical stuff here in the reality, but because sometimes I'm so much up in my mind. But also what I told you with the melanin magic, it's in the devices, it's in the smartphones, in the computers, it's in your brain. I was talking with a friend of mine, Gilberto, yesterday, a guy from Cuba. I like him a lot. And I was also telling him about the melanin. It's very interesting to me that we were also going through so much like-minded phases, like having troubles in the relationship, and I don't want to get too much into that, but I was like, I was telling him about the melanin. He's obviously a black guy and black people have a lot of melanin, but the real stuff is the neuromelanin, which sits in your nervous system. So it's not only making your skin black, it's why your pupil is black, dark, it's a dark soul. So I have no problem with dark souls. But we were also talking about it yesterday, why, if you have the ability to move into the light, why are we sitting so much in darkness? Because I had such a great experience with raw food in Sweden and great gatherings, and then I came back. I tried to integrate all that I learned, like in a trip, you're on a trip, and then it doesn't have to be a drug trip. You can just have a road trip, and then you try to integrate what you've learned. That's basically what I do. But then you also see that how society sometimes works. I certainly have to adapt myself to function in here, but certainly we need money, we need money to work with the system. But we could also upgrade the system, and techniques for doing that are, like I said, urine therapy and sun gazing. Why is that? Because it always starts from the 0 point, from the primordial point of creation, which is you. So you know how much water is getting pumped through the city, and like there's water everywhere. You're breathing water. So why drink your own urine? Because there's information in your urine which gives your body a biofeedback of what is going on with you. And certainly, you know, like if we really take it to the pioneer level, to the next level, alchemy, hermeticism, everything is mind, everything is frequency based, everything has a female and a male aspect. You know how powerful I am? I create the city with my mind. May sound bizarre, but I tell you, I'm a pioneer. I do that because once your spiritual body starts to grow, you know, you're like auric fields, and it's interesting, but is it really working? Because I have zero evidence for all the claims that I do. Still, I talk myself into that. And sometimes it's not really beneficial, but sometimes it's fun, you know. But, you know, obviously, I do it to better society. I do it to bring knowledge, to do white magic, basically, to make things better. You know, like everything is basically alchemically cooked in your body. So no matter what you eat, I call it the consciousness soup, you know. And sometimes it's very chaotic in myself, and I also have to structure that. But you know, once you've gone through the different phases of different diets, and you figure out, like, hey, maybe it's about something different. It's about your mind, you know. So pioneers, you know. Urine therapy, sun gazing, Shiva Mukapa, Kalaripayattu, Kundalini raising, you know. But then I was seeing a post about Kalaripayattu, which was like, Kalaripayattu, too spiritual, question mark. Yeah, for sure, you know. And sometimes I feel like a lone wolf, you know. Because for all the shit that I do, I'm like, why do I get so deep in my mind and try to help people? And it's from lost childhood memories or traumatic experiences, or you know, wishes that you had as a child to hold the family together. And ground, you know, like Kai Hitza and Eva Kuczynski, guys I learned for the Kalaripayattu from. They're always about, you know, grounding, you know, ground your energy. Because sometimes I get so much high up in my mind, I'm like, but it's good that I was getting rid of the psychopharmacas, you know. I'm not taking the fluoxetine anymore also, you know, so the SSRI and the olanzapine and the benzodiazepine, the temazepam, I don't take it anymore. I take caffeine, you know. In the end, it's all alchemy, but it's better to take care about your diet. Because it's your mind, it's your mind. And you basically become very crazy the more you are in a city, the more you are like surrounded by your everyday life, your job that you do. Life makes you crazy for it, and that's okay, And I would say, like magic and melanin and spirituality are the real degrees of what we claim to be illnesses, diseases, psychotic problems, psychic disorders. I'm pretty sure that's how it is, But anyways, I remember Moritz, my good friend of mine, because friends of mine are looking at my videos, and I'm like, yeah, I also, I will do a podcast maybe in future. Not to keep it so much ninja-like, you just do these videos, you talk. Well, I should stop doing YouTube, Anyways, it's like a manifestation mirror for me, Like I do my magic with it. People don't really get what magic is, Like you talk yourself into your own mind constructs. Like pioneer workings, And I'm very intelligent with it because I have a lot of melanin built up in myself from martial arts training, which I should go back to. And at the same time, the melanin sits in the computer chips. So it's a two-way communication. So the AI learns from the mind, but it always comes out of the mind, I was talking with Gilberto about it yesterday. That knowledge and wisdom, so much wisdom, but knowledge we attain for it when we go to your school, when we go to university. Everything you basically learn is you. So knowledge is infinity-like, and it's coming out of you. That's how it is. And a very good trick for doing that is you should just get rid of all the different labels you see in society. What is it? You can always go beyond or behind these labels. But certainly, like we live here and we should enjoy it, not get so deep sometimes into that. Yeah, that's a problem when you're gifted, when you're a pioneer. I'm out on a walk with my sister, and people like Kafka and Van Gogh, these guys were suicidal. because they knew too much, you know. They were so brilliant in their mind. You know, I'm also writing a lot of things down with black, you know, with black ink, so to say. And I was also talking with my sister Laura about it, you know. It's sometimes, you know, I'm already at 0%, you know. Oh, let's have a quick drive here through Klein Boston. So that's also a part, you know, when you are a leader. You know, sometimes you don't choose to be a leader. You just become one. You become a chief, you know. Like seriously, I didn't ask directly for all. That's basically, yeah. I was writing on my whiteboard back at my mom's place, you know, Jan's way to enlightenment. But there are so many different ways of enlightenment. But you know, I can't really tell you, you know, how I got into all of this, you know, and how I was connecting myself to different YouTube channels like Zen Man and researching urine therapy and practicing it, and maybe overdoing it also, you know. Sometimes you have to ground, but get a quick shower, you know, organize the melanin differently, you know, like smell fresh, smell clean. But I didn't ask for some knowledge, you know, it just came to me. You know, I just like attracted that. The way of a wizard. The way of the magical sense. So, like I said with Laura, you know, when you are at 0%, bottom line, you know, this is where the Kundalini energy hits, you know, where Kalaripaya 2 is called like a root art, you know. It's you're working with black substance, you're working with darkness, you're working with melanin. And you know, for some people it's, you know, like I can't do anything anymore, you know, like I'm at 0%. But you know, the more you start to fall, the more your light is becoming to shine. So the more black and darker it gets, the more light you carry. Because you're always like, you know, I start from 0%, and I start from 0% and work myself up there, you know. So how magic is basically functioning for me. You know, what's magical to me might not be magical for you. But I think I have pretty powerful magic, and I have pretty, like, because I explained myself how it works, you know. But this black substance, this black oil, this black goo, the melanin, is sitting in every skull. It's sitting in every brain, in every soul, so to say. And this substance is there for, you know, for knowledge, you know. It seeks for... Oh, they don't come. You know, it seeks for, you know, how to explain it, you know, it's... It seeks for more, you know, it seeks for... It seeks for pairing, you know, like sex. And basically, like I said, you know, it's about consciousness, you know. It's about consciousness. And, you know, like, don't do too much psychedelics, you know, because your mind starts to work differently and you may not come back. Or it's very hard to integrate that. And sometimes, you know, I'm making it too hard for myself also, you know, and I think about it, you know, I'm like... I'm making it way too hard for myself. It could be a lot easier. But that's just sometimes not how my brain functions, you know. Like my brain functions differently, you know. But slowly steps are making it better, you know. 1% better every day, you know. Taking regular showers, you know, staying clean, not getting too wild, you know, grounding. You know, people might say it's too esoteric what I do or what I say, but it's the original workings, you know. But what do I know? You know, what the fuck do I know? Just enjoy life more and don't have so much traumatic childhood behaviors, you know, trying to save everybody and making videos and telling people what I know and how good I am, you know. But somebody had to stand up, you know, but people do it anyways, you know. People stand up for all kinds of weird shit, you know. tell you about urine drinking, you know. But basically, it's a practice for being at the low percentages, you know. Because people think it's a waste product, but it's basically your liquid light elixir. Yeah, but who's asking for my health, you know? Like, you have to be there for yourself, you know, nobody else will. That's why I do these videos, you know, that's why I do what I do. Störteberger. Pirates. Pioneer workings, you know. Our secret powers and why we should not use them, you know. It's making a mess.